ever been playing a game, we'll say like Elden Ring, you get hit one time and watch all of your HP disappear, and then you realize, I don't have the life for this. Well, in today's list, we're gonna talk about 5 animals that have way too much life for this. I'm your boy Smith, it's All Things Living, let's go. Coming in at number 5, we got koi fish. Koi fish, if you ask me, they're more like the support class. They don't really have high damage output, not really high defense. These guys will make you feel better in your day-to-day life than any other animal. They're very beautiful. These animals were rumored to be some of the first captive bred efforts in history. People have been breeding these animals for thousands of years. In fact, that was tradition, like Japanese culture, thousands of years ago, been passed down, and people are still doing it. We still have that tradition to this day, which I think is absolutely beautiful. They live anywhere from 40 to 50 years, but some of them can live up to 70 years. 70 years, which is absolute insanity. You're gonna have to leave those for your kids. You might have to leave one of those animals for your kids, with instructions on how to take care of it. That's crazy. Koi fish are absolutely amazing. They come in also like almost every color. Reds, yellows, oranges, whites, straight whites, black and whites, blacks, black and orange, black, white, and orange. There's so many different colors, and they've been bred selectively for that purpose. And in their culture, they mean a lot of things. It's pretty much everything good in their culture. Prosperity, luck, happiness, all of this. That's what the koi fish symbolizes. It's a symbol of just everything good in their culture, and it's kind of spread around the rest of the world with that same feeling, the same thing. It's not in just their culture anymore. It's in all of our cultures. I think that's amazing that they've made their culture worldwide, and that's absolutely beautiful. You will see koi fish in our ponds soon. As soon as I get me some land, nice big plot of land, we're gonna have a koi fish pond, because why not? And it's gonna be inside one of the big lizard enclosures, because why not? That would be absolutely amazing. I'm already halfway there with the tent. Now, koi fish are super hardy, pretty easy to take care of, so they're very, very common in the hobby. A lot of people have koi fish ponds, but they live really, really long. Once again, like I said, there have been some koi fish that have lived almost 200 years, which is crazy to me. That's multiple generations of humans that have to take care of that animal. That is crazy, and that. If you ask me, that's too much HP. He's living too long, bro. 200 years. You've seen everything at that time. What go on and just clock out, bro. You done been around long enough. You done served your purpose. Jeez Louise. All right, now coming in at number 4, we got your elephants. There are a couple different types of elephants. Elephants are like the tank class, right? They've got super high damage output. They can knock a tree over. Very high defense. There's not a lot of animals messing with them at all. Like, nobody's messing with them. And on top of that, they have a boatload of life. They live forever. Now, the average lifespan, we'll say like an African elephant, it's like 40 to 60 years, but there are many of them that live to be 80 years plus, still as strong as they are when they are 30 years plus, just out there doing their thing. Elephants are absolutely amazing. They have super detailed memory. The females usually live in like these big hierarchies, huge groups of females, usually run by a main female, and that female will stay in charge her entire life. The entire time that she's there, she's the one that calls the shots. As soon as she passes, another one moves in, and the hierarchy starts over, and they just continue as a group. They all take care of each other's babies and watch out for each other. Which I think is absolutely amazing. You've got one of the biggest land creature, and they all take care of each other and look out for each other. It's absolutely beautiful. And the males, we already know, they have that time when they go in the musk in mating season, and this is when there are a lot of problems, not just for other elephants, but for other species in general. All other organisms that come across male elephants when they're in musk are in trouble. They don't play around. They're very territorial, and they literally destroy everything, anything in their area, including just the land. They see trees, they're mad at the tree. They see a tiger, they're mad at the tiger. They see a human, you better know how to run really fast. You better know how to run really fast, because he's gonna push you out his area. And don't try getting big with a male elephant in musk. That ain't gonna work. He's gonna kick you across the ground like a soccer ball, I promise you. They are big and they are not playing at all. And they have a lot of life. They live forever. I think at that point you gotta choose one, bro. You can't be that strong, have that much defense, be mad, and have all that life. Those are literal cheat codes. That's a literal cheat code right there. That's a literal cheat. Elephants have cheat codes. We're moving on. All right, now coming in at number 3, we have another support class. We're talking about macaws. Macaws are like a New World parrot, and they come in almost every color. I don't know what color they don't come in, but they're a very, very personable bird too. You can keep them in captivity, although I don't agree with it unless you have an aviary. If you got a lot of space for them to fly, like outside, then of course keep them in captivity. Other than that, like I said, I don't agree with it. But these animals can be kept in captivity and have been for a very long time, happily and healthy. Macaw's average lifespan is 30 to 40 years. Pretty average for a support class, but some macaws live up to 85 years, with one living to be 110 years old. 110 years old. Why? 110 years old. I had to leave him in my will. Once again, with instruction, you guys. All right, Jackson gets the radio. Just as you gotta take care of all the macaws. You like what? That is 110 years. That's insanity. Now macaws are super cool, super personable, relatively easy to take care of in captivity, and very rewarding to do so. They actually seek out engagement with their caretaker, which is cool. Which is like I said, it goes hand in hand with the support class. It'll make you feel very, very rewarded. Just putting in time with this animal over time, it actually remembers who you are and its interactions with you. Feeding them isn't too hard at all. It's almost like feeding any other parent. You know, you got your seeds and fruits and nuts and things like that. Like I said, feeding them is relatively easy. Keeping them happy, interacting with them is relatively easy also. My thing is, like I said, they have wings. Birds have wings. I don't agree with putting birds in cages. They have to fly. They gotta fly. If you have a huge outside area to do that, just make an aviary. Bird keepers, in the comments, let me know, am I wrong for that? Like, I think that you should only have birds outside in aviaries, but I don't know. If there's a reason for them being in smaller cages, go to the comments and let me know. I don't know anything about bird keeping. I'm not a bird keeper. So inform your boy, please. Oh, and after a little quick research, I found out that one macaw's name was Charlie, and he was 114 years old, which is absolutely amazing. Moving along. All right, you guys, now coming in at number 2, we got jellyfish, right? I think jellyfish are absolutely amazing. Anytime I'm like out fishing and I see just a jellyfish doing its thing, moving across the water, I'm like, man, it's just majestic. The way they're so carefree, it's almost like they don't know that they exist. It's awesome. Jellyfish, their lifespan and HP is a little weird, because some of them only live for a few hours. Some only live for a few days. Some live for a few years. And then some, we don't know how old they can possibly get, which is crazy. That is 4 question marks. We don't know. Literally infinite. There's one particular jellyfish, I think it's called the immortal jellyfish. All right? Now this jellyfish, when it senses trauma, like in the environment, say there's a spike in something, maybe it's too hot that year, maybe it's too cold that year, maybe there's not enough food for the size that it's at, this creature can go back to its baby stage and start its life over. It can go back. It can revert to what it was, so it's not taking up as much resources or not using as much oxygen. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy. And it goes back and restarts. And it can do this infinitely. They call this the immortal jellyfish. They don't know how long this animal can live, which is crazy. And these animals also vary in size too. I wanted to get a big cylinder tank in the facility, just a huge cylinder tank. Put a bunch of jellies in there with some of those cool lights on them, and then just let them live there and do their thing, and it'd be like a centerpiece in the facility or something. I love jellyfish in their natural habitat. They come in all types, shapes, and sizes, all different colors. Some very small, and then some that are bigger than trucks, which is great. Huge, very huge jellyfish. Absolutely beautiful. They would be classified like the glass cannon, I guess, because they have a high damage output. You know what a jellyfish can do. Huge damage output, but they're also very squishy, literally. But they could live literally forever in some cases, and that to me is amazing. Like, it's like having a time machine. Every human's thought about that. If I could go back knowing what I know now. Well, they literally do that all the time, and it's crazy. Jellyfish, man, absolutely amazing. The glass cannon, they've got too much life for this. Moving along, and coming in at number 1, we've got coral. Now, there are soft corals and there are hard coral. Once again, I don't know much about these things, right? I just know the soft corals look like jellyfish. They look almost like anemones. They're beautiful. I'm gonna throw some pictures up for you guys so you can see what I'm talking about. Soft corals are absolutely beautiful. Come in all types of shapes and sizes. They look literally like they're not from this planet. When I look at some of these pictures close up of soft coral, it looks like I'm watching Avatar. I ain't talking about The Last Airbender. And then you got hard coral, which form polyps and they just stack up over time. Now, these animals or organisms potentially live for thousands of years. Coral can live anywhere from 100 years to 4,000 years, some 5,000, 6,000 years old. Hard coral, I'm not sure about soft coral, like the lifespan of it, but I know some hard coral is literally 3 to 4, 5, 6,000 years old. And that to me is absolutely insane that any living organism could be around for that long. Now, I couldn't imagine being in any one place thousands of years. What? That's insanity. But for that to happen, conditions have to literally be perfect. And then in that case, if the conditions are perfect, why the hell would I want to go anywhere else? You know what I mean? So I guess in that regard, it does make sense. The conditions are perfect. Why would you want to be anywhere else? Stay there as long as conditions are perfect. And sometimes that results in them being there for thousands of years, which is crazy. Thousands of years. That's too much time, or just enough for them. Who knows? And on the hard coral, they say a single polyp could live anywhere from 2 years to 100 years. But once it starts to multiply and group, that's when the lifespan goes crazy, and it goes into the thousands and thousands, and it just starts to live forever, which is crazy to me. The more of them, the more of the life it has, and that's absolutely amazing. Hard coral, number 1 on the list. They just live forever. They've got too much life. And that is the list, guys and girls. Thanks for joining me again. You could have been anywhere on the planet, but you chose to be here with me today, and that means a lot. I appreciate it. Once again, I'm your boy Smith. This is All Things Living. I'm out.